Well, thank you so much for tuning in today. It is my pleasure to speak with yet two more people in the community who are helping to weave and develop a very critical network of support for those facing Alzheimer's and dementia-related challenges in their life and supporting loved ones. So I'm very pleased to welcome Terry Caparosi and Bia Fioramenti.
Hello.
Welcome. Yes.
Hi, Heidi. Thank you.
So very, very busy times. So of course, January being Alzheimer Awareness Month, you have a goal to paint or turn the Sioux blue.
Yes, we came up with the idea about 3 years ago, and we thought it would be great for people that are living with dementia to see the support in the community. So we're asking people to turn their holiday lights to blue or blue and white, or do something unique. We actually have people that have painted their nails blue. And we've had a great uptake the last few years. We have a lot of people doing that. And you can imagine what it's like if you were affected by Alzheimer's disease in some way, and going down your street, going home and finding that your neighbor has turned their lights blue. So I think that's really heartwarming for them to see the support in the community.
Absolutely, you know, and I can imagine from the perspective of somebody who, as you said, is living with, you know, the condition in some way, shape, or form, how heartwarming that would be, because I would imagine people might describe the journey as quite isolating, both for somebody who is diagnosed as well as the caregivers.
It certainly can be.
Okay, so you have been in a number of places to raise awareness. I saw City Hall. I did see the Downtown Plaza for an awareness event. You are literally everywhere, just popping up.
With January Awareness Month, we really try to get out in the community a lot more to let people know that we're there to help them with a lot of services and a lot of programs. One of the other things that we did this month as well is we had been asking businesses to put our January is Alzheimer's awareness message out on their outdoor sign.
How was that received?
Oh, very well received. Each year it keeps building. I'm asking them to actually, for both the lights and the signs, to tag us on our social media, or even just a quick email or a phone call to let us know that they've done it. And I've gone around the city and taken pictures, and we've posted it. And it's just so great to see the support that we have in the community.
Now, in terms of the services and the supports that you can provide, what would you what would you describe as being the biggest misconception about what you offer?
I think, Heidi, you know, it's being Alzheimer Awareness Month. One of the things that we try to do is get people in at earlier stages. And oftentimes, maybe the Alzheimer's Society isn't the first place that people go when they have a memory loss. And we want to turn that around. You know, we still deal with stigma around our name being the Alzheimer's Society, but our staff do a tremendous job at really breaking down the stigma. And sometimes it takes people a long time to get through the doors of the Alzheimer's Society or call us on the phone. And one of the things that we talk about is certainly treating people with respect and dignity and providing them the information about the services that we offer. We find once we get people through the doors and they get engaged in our supports and our services, they can live well with dementia. And, you know, it's not just for a person living with dementia, it's their care partners as well. And we provide a number of services for both of them.
So balancing both sides of a diagnosis, then you offer services on both sides. So in terms of engaging people earlier on in their condition, are there benefits to being a participant in your programs and your services, would you say?
I'd say absolutely. You know, one of the things that we've seen is that if we can get people in at earlier stages, we can support them longer, which means that they're not going into crisis, maybe into an emergency department visit, and eventually not into an ALC bed, or being placed into a long-term care facility. And that goes for the care partner as well. I think we have a number of services that we wrap around our families, which supports both people. So the person living with dementia, the care partners, things like our Adult Day program, for example, our Minds in Motion program, our community rec therapy program, our First Link program where we do cognitive assessments on individuals. And we really try to live by the motto that our connections matter.
Okay.
And that's really what we're working through at the Alzheimer's Society, is making our connections matter with people in our community and making those meaningful connections as well.
Okay, well, that's well said. I mean, also, my mind suggests that all connections matter could also be, a metaphor, right, for keeping a brain active and stimulated. Now, I did also notice that you promote some very proactive, you have some very proactive tips in terms of maintaining optimal health, optimal brain health. Could you name a few of those?
Things like social isolation, for example. Research has shown that people who are socially isolated, there's a 60% chance increase of having a cognitive impairment.
Wow.
People who are physically not active, for example, there's a 40% chance of them having a diagnosis of a dementia-related disease. Eating right, staying healthy, being socially connected. And that's why it's really important that we tie all of our connections.
Right.
And those connections that matter.
Yes.
We recognize and we understand that a dementia diagnosis is life-changing. But our people living with dementia and our care partners, they're still vibrant, contributing members to our society.
100%.
And that's why it's so important to get them involved in the services that we offer, not just through the Alzheimer's Society, but in the community in general.
Right.
We have a number of programs that we partner with, say the Bushplane Museum, for example. We do a walk every Wednesday afternoon at the Bushplane Museum, and we have 30 to 40 to 50 participants coming out to do that.
Wow.
In the summer, we're in Bellevue Park doing the same walk. We run a music program every Saturday, or once a month on Saturdays. And we have 50, 60 people participating in a music program.
Wow.
The therapy and the recreational needs of individuals are just so important.
Wow.
And those are the things that we can promote, being healthy, living a healthy lifestyle, and making those connections matter.
Making those connections. So, yeah, reducing that sense of isolation. So, your services are free, by and large, yes, entirely free. Okay. So I would imagine then that fundraising becomes a very significant component of your annual cycle. So talk to me about some fundraising initiatives, please.
Fundraising is a very big part of it because a lot of people may not realize that we have to fundraise over $400,000 a year.
Wow.
To keep our services going. There are some services that are not funded. And some of the big events that we have coming up, we want everybody to save the date.
Okay.
For our IG Wealth Management Walk for Alzheimer's. That's coming up on Sunday, May 26th.
Okay.
We actually do the one in the Sault from our office. This will be the third year. People walk down Great Northern Road and then in the neighborhood and behind our building. And we have tents set up, we have food vendors, we have games. And to see our families come out and support this event is just great. They put in a team last year and they won the top team that was non-corporate.
Oh, fantastic.
So that was amazing. They were so proud of that. And so that's a fun event coming up. But the other thing that we work on at the same time is the Forget Me Not raffle tickets.
Right.
So that's going to be put together soon. And then the draw is in mid to late September.
Okay.
So those tickets will be available. And those tickets are very popular.
Yes, I recall.
Very popular.
I recall.
Yes.
So as always, the Sioux, I am always happy to describe the Sioux as being a very supportive community. So certainly, with the breadth of what you can offer, you feel that support, you get that support, which is so critical to the amazing work that you do. Okay, well, you've heard all of the information. I will, as always, capture everything in a nice little article when this interview gets posted. I will include all of the dates so that you can mark your calendars and be sure to participate. Terry and Bia, thank you so much once again for coming in for my lovely cup. And I look forward to, hearing more about how your fundraising initiatives are progressing.